Yo, what is going on, guys? Got a video for you here today from Men Only titled Singles Events Are Doomed. It's almost as if men have better things to do with their time than to waste their money to spend time with a bunch of single women in their 30s. Let's jump into it.
So I went to a singles event last night in downtown Phoenix. I had seen their events on TikTok and it looked super fun, but it was not what I thought it was gonna be. Like, I swear on the TikTok that I saw was that they had you fill out a questionnaire, and at some point in the night they like grouped people into groups so that you could mingle and get to know people out of your comfort zone, whatever. That's not what happened last night. It was at Pemberton, but the bar was still open to the public, so the event was just sectioned off in half the bar.
The event was sectioned off because these events can't bring in enough money to rent out a bar for the night. It's really that simple.
But once you got into the event area, it was just like you were at a bar. There was nothing that made it special to a singles event to help you try to get to know people besides everyone in the bar was single. But then to enjoy like Pemberton, you had to go out of the event area to get drinks. So like I paid for a ticket for like a private area of the bar, but it kind of defeated the purpose. I still had a fun night with my girls. I would highly not recommend going by yourself. There was like hundreds of people at this thing. There's no way I could have gone alone.
She went to a singles event to meet men, but instead decided to party with her girlfriends. Let's be honest, that means that there was no Chad there for her to be interested in.
I went to a singles conference on Friday, and my spirit, while I was there, my spirit told me, no mas, por favor. I am not going to no more of these, okay? That rhymed, period. I'm not going to anymore, and here's why. So that singles event was cool because they actually had a mix and mingle session at the end where they put us in a very cool atmosphere for people to talk and meet with each other. Although there was like 3 men there and 300 women, I loved the fact that they did that. I thought that was really cool.
How cool would it be to be at a singles event, but there's 100 women for every 3 guys? That sounds like a complete waste of time and money.
But my thing is, you go to one single event, you go to them all. They got the same message, and I'm going to tell y'all what they be saying so that you can know ahead of time. If you feel like you're called to go, go. If you feel like the Lord is telling you to go, go. If you've never been, go. If you want to mix and mingle with other single people, go. But let me tell you, this is going to be the singles conference starter pack. I'm going to tell you what you're going to get, okay?
Men have been trying to tell modern women exactly what they're in for when they go to these singles events, but modern women would rather fool themselves into thinking that they're going to get more than absolutely nothing.
In no particular order. Enjoy your singleness. They are going to compare singleness in so many ways to an amusement park. You should be having the time of your life, okay? Being single, all right? It is just a season. Whether it's been 10, 20, or 25 years, it is just a season. That's what they're going to tell you.
Modern women don't need singles events organizers to tell them that being single for over a decade is just a season. They tell each other that when they cope with being single for free.
You aren't ready. In so many words, they're going to tell you you may or may not be ready. You may need more healing, more therapy, more this, more that. Get your money up, whatever they're going to tell you. Your person may not be ready. He may not have been released from whatever it is the Lord is doing. So the Lord is still pruning him or her. Wherever they are on planet Earth, we don't know. And what time they're showing up, we don't know. But you may not be ready, and they may not be ready.
These women put so much weight into the concept of divine timing, like everything is going to happen at the perfect time for everything. So they wait and they do absolutely nothing, and then they get frustrated when, surprise, nothing happens.
There's going to be a married person at these events that is going to tell you, when I was single, I took it for granted. That's what they're going to say. And they're going to tell you so much that you need to enjoy your solitude, enjoy your time. Why? Because you have more time to dedicate to the Lord. And that is very true. But they're going to tell you this at every single singles conference. And that married person is going to almost make it seem like they missed their alone time in so many words, okay?
It's seemingly impossible for modern women to enjoy and appreciate solitude. All you have to do is look up the thousands of TikTok videos of women fighting back their tears as they talk about how happy they are to be alone.
Wait on the Lord is going to be played at nauseum. And I love Wait on the Lord. The song hits me right here for reasons. But they're going to play it at nauseum. And the overall theme of a singles conference is wait. Wait. Hold on. Almost let me say wait. Okay? Single panels. There's going to be a single panel. It's going to be single women. And it is going to be some particular woman is going to be almost 50 and she looks 30. That's always the case.
It's rather fitting that all of these singles events are the same. Modern women are the living embodiment of the definition of insanity, so it only makes sense that they'd continue to do the same thing and expect a different result every time.
And then there is going to be men of a certain age that are not married, but they are not single. Just let me let you know, they're probably not single. Now, obviously, I can't speak for every single panel, but they're going to be talking about worldly things. And I get it, because the dating pool out here is crazy. So, and they're going to sprinkle in the culture stuff. But those men on that panel probably have a baby and probably have a girlfriend. They're not single and they're not married and they're in their 30s.
There are dudes out there who know the exact things to tell a modern woman, and a singles event is the prime territory for a guy who's just looking to score some bedroom fun and nothing more.
Anywho, steward your singleness well. Get your money up. Focus on you, focus on your purpose. Focus on what the Lord called you to do. Steward, harvest, sow, and what am I trying to say? Sow and reap? Yes. And then of course they're gonna beat you over the head with Paul, okay? Because Paul is the GOAT in this department, and he's not wrong. A lot of this stuff is not wrong. It's just you're gonna get the same regurgitation of information, okay? Jesus was single. Well, duh, because he was the Messiah sent to save humanity. So, of course, he's single. That one I'm sick of hearing. Okay? Okay. Now, that is the little single conference starter pack that you will get. Tell me in the comments what I missed, because I know there's more.
That's exactly what modern women do. They just regurgitate the same talking points on the internet, and yet they're surprised when they go to an event and hear the same thing over and over again. They should be used to it by now.
It's like 1,000,000 degrees in my apartment. Anyway, I just wanted to share something. Within the last 2 weeks, my dating life has been a little bit... I went on a date with this guy. It was a great date, great guy, but decided that it was just probably best if we remain friends. But I honestly meant that. It wasn't just a line. I really enjoyed his company. And I said, can we just be friends? Can we go to this movie? Same week, the guy that I was casually seeing for a while, that just went off the rails.
In other words, she friend-zoned the good guy and reserved the bedroom fun for the guy she was attracted to. She brought this mess on herself, and she's acting like she had nothing to do with it, by the way.
He ended up really, not being this great guy that I thought that he had potential for, which is key, because it was me looking for the potential in someone when the reality was he was showing me who he was. Sorry, I gotta fix my hair. Anyway, so I think in both these situations, probably before I could be spiraling and be like, what the heck is going on with my dating life? One guy's a really great guy, but I just want him as a friend. The other guy who I was attracted to, and he just turned out to be kind of like a douche canoe.
When a modern woman says that she sees potential in a guy, it just means that she finds him physically desirable, but he needs to change everything else about himself in order to please her. That's not a good strategy.
And then I'm like, I'm over 40. My God, I'm not really matching with people on the apps. I don't really like anyone. What's going on? Oh my God. No. Instead, I'm choosing to just see this as this is life. Dating is a process. Dating is a journey. And we don't control the outcome. I mean, it's great to have a vision if you want to have a long-term relationship. If that's why you're dating, great, me too.
If a modern woman refers to her singledom as a season, an era, or a journey, then men know exactly why she's still single and why she will remain as such.
But ultimately, we don't control how a situation is going to unfold or how another person's going to respond to us, whether or not there's that chemistry or that compatibility, but we can control how we were responding to these situations, to these people. And a lot of the times, guys, it's really not about us. It's just about what it is. And we don't have to make it about us. We don't have to take that on. We don't have to make it personal.
She says that she doesn't have to make her dating failures about herself, even though she's recording herself and talking about her dating failures to get attention online.
And instead, we can choose to see it as an opportunity for growth, see it as a life lesson, see it as something that was fun in the moment, see it as, in terms of this guy, like a potential friendship, make the most out of it and move on and move forward, right? That's the thing. it's really about how do you want to create your life, and it's not to attach so much meaning on how these dating experiences are turning out, or how someone is responding or reacting to you.
Instead of learning from her experiences and maybe accepting that she made a number of mistakes in her life, she just chooses to cope in the most cringe of fashions. She doesn't want to live in a world where she has to take accountability in any way.
The most important thing is, like, how do you respond to yourself? How do you react to yourself? What do you think about yourself? How are you choosing to see the situation? How are you choosing to see yourself? How are you choosing to see your life? The most important relationship, like I always say, is the one that you have with yourself. It would be great to fall in love and have a long-term relationship. Yes. So many times these relationships don't work out, though. I'm not trying to be a pessimist. It's like just reality. They end up in divorce, break up, or someone dies. It's life.
She glossed over the fact that she went out with a really good dude who treated her with kindness and respect, and she threw him away for stupid reasons. She's just sabotaging herself at that point, like most modern women do, by the way.
It's like, how are we going to choose to respond to these losses in our life? Are we going to let them define who we are? Are we going to let them affect how we're going to date, how we're going to show up, how we're going to choose to go on with our life? No. It's not always easy, and I'm not trying to simplify it, because I definitely have my moments. But I also think it's like, I'm still here, I'm still living, I'm still breathing, and I still want to have meaningful experiences with people. I still want to have fun, and that's up to me to do that for myself.
She wants to have fun experiences with men who meet her fantasies, and she won't settle for anything less. And it will get to the point where even the men she's willing to settle for, by the way, what a compliment, won't be willing to settle for her.
That's up to me to create that experience. And I don't want to let any of these other guys or these experiences that don't quote unquote work out to make me feel a certain way about my life or about my future. So it really is choosing to see the good in what has happened, not spiritually bypassing it, but just to have some control over your expectations, how you feel about yourself.
She clearly has no control over her expectations because she dumped a good dude and then got dumped by the bad boy she desires. She doesn't actually want love, she just wants the extreme feelings. That's not only unhealthy, it's also unrealistic.
And then also, like I said, like bringing it back to yourself. How do you feel about you? You gotta feel good about yourself, because you're worth it. You're gonna have the longest relationship with yourself. So don't let dating and the obstacles or the challenges, so-called obstacles, so-called challenges, or these like little mishaps stop you from dating, but also stop you from loving yourself, knowing that you are worthy of having a good life no matter how it turns out.
She thinks she's worthy of a good life, but what she really means is that she deserves the best that men have to offer, and she's willing to shoot herself in the foot for the slight chance of doing that with the man of her dreams. But anyway, guys, we are going to be leaving today's episode there. As always, don't forget to subscribe to the channel if you are new here. Drop a comment, and I will see you all in the next one. Make sure you take care of yourselves, guys. Peace.